Does anybody have a cabana at the beach? Because we could just adjourn the proceedings.
I have one. I think we have to, if we open those
I have
two
one
doors-
too.
Yes. What is your?
All right, let's go.
Good afternoon. This is the Board of Appeals, Town of Hempstead, July 11th, 2025, 2 o'clock meeting. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
If some of the board members would contain their enthusiasm and stop talking, I might. However, there are not many people here. I don't believe there is anyone who hasn't appeared. Have you appeared before us before? So you know the way we run the proceedings. Save me so I don't have to go through the speech. All right? So I have nothing to add. You know we will call adjournments first or request for adjournment.
Mr. Chairman, we have one request for adjournment for this afternoon. Case 32825 Oceanside Agro Holdings LLC, also known as 2864 Woods Avenue.
Okay. Anyone here on that case?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Minerva.
Good afternoon.
Just your name and address for the record.
Dominic Minerva, Minerva and D'Agostino, 107 South Central Avenue, Valley Street, New York. Requesting an adjournment of this case. We're filing an amended plan, and if available, I'm requesting July 16th.
Patrick? Can we accommodate
We can do that.
July 16th, 2 p.m.?
Thank you.
Is that okay, Mr. Minerva? Okay.
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 First, we have case 32325 through 32425 Merrick Natalie Stecker. Variance, rear yard, maintain deck attached to dwelling, special exception to maintain accessory structure, shed higher than permitted, also known as 1723 Bernard Street.
Okay.
Tim Jordan, 74 Cherry Lane, Smithtown, New York, 11787. Hello, here today representing Natalie Shecker of 1723 Bernard Street in Merrick, New York, 11566. We are here today for a one-story deck and a accessory shed. The deck itself is encroaching on the rear yard setback, where 15 is, where 12.5 is being requested, and a shed where the height is 3 feet above what is permitted.
Wait, you're 12.5 on the height?
No,
no.
it's
That's-
12.5 on the rear yard where 15 is required?
Correct, for the one story.
Wait, for the one story, it's a shed?
No.
For
The
the,
deck and
for the
shed.
deck, yeah, it's a.
The deck,
Okay. And
And-
what's the height of the
shed.
shed? It's allowed at 9, what do you propose?
Oh, I'm sorry, let me get my plans here. Elevation, floor plans, and my shed.
Higher.
We are 11 where 9 is permitted.
So 11 feet high.
You know what I'm saying? No, because they need height, but it's the first structure.
Mm-hmm.
The shed is currently 12 by 8 foot 4 inches with a 11-foot height to the ridge.
Do
Okay.
you know why you need a special exception for the shed? It's the only is it the only accessory structure?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure why you...
Other than a little like Rubbermaid like storage facility for.
Oh, that might be, but then it would be second accessory structure. Yeah, I didn't think you need a special exception. Becky is actually the plans examiner and said she only denied you on the height as it relates to the shed.
Yes.
All right, Christina,
right.
we have a shed with us with a special exception in height. Becky only denied it for height, so we're going to need to get rid of the special exception. It's the first accessory structure. Okay. And I'm sorry, how's the, as it relates to the deck?
I have
Just-
some photos of the deck if you would like.
Yeah, and you only need rear yard. How large is the deck?
The deck itself, it's a regular size.
No.
18 feet frontage and a regular 12-foot to the rear of the house, and then it wraps around and there's another 16.
But it doesn't take the house over the lot it occupies, so getting closer.
Would you like
Uh,
those photos?
Why not? We'll accept them in evidence. I think we have them, but we'll take more photos.
Listen, the heaters.
Does that conclude your presentation, sir?
It does. The structures were built in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you.
so much for your time.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
Next, we have case 32525 near Westbury. New York Acts, Westbury LLC, doing business as New York Acts. Special exception for place of public assembly and amusement and portion of existing building, proposed axe throwing facility. Also known as 1500 to 1504 Old Country Road.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Eric Stipus, an attorney with Greenberg Traurig, 900 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York, here on behalf of New York Acts LLC. I'm present to my left.
Mario Simone, 11 Michael Avenue, Farmingdale, New York.
Mr. Simone and his partner, Carl Mazza, are the principals of New York Acts LLC, better known as New York Acts Throwing Range. Along with this location that they're proposing today, they own and operate New York Acts Throwing Range locations in Farmingdale, Huntington, Selden, and Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It's not a franchise. Are there any other? Yes. We are here today seeking a special permit to permit a place of amusement or public assembly to permit the Westbury New York Axe Throwing Range to operate out of the former Source Mall. New York Axe caters primarily to age 10 and up birthday parties and corporate events. Yes, 10 years. So yes, they do have birthday parties for ages 10 and up. Yes. The patrons of New York Axe, they throw axes at a bullseye target or another projected target. And if granted the special permit,
No
Zoning
pe-
board.
No people.
never. Zombies is as far as they go.
Okay.
So for those who are unfamiliar with the New York Axe experience, when you enter the location, you're greeted by reception. You're then brought to a training room where an instructor goes over the basics of throwing an axe and the safety techniques and procedures. The patron is then brought to the individual lanes where the instructor stays with them to coach and instruct them further.
I have a question. So one of my friends invited me to go to this on a day I couldn't go, but I remember when I looked it up, the food was like in machines or something. Do they have food?
Foods in in machines?
I remember the one that I looked up, it might have been the wrong one, but it said, we have the axe, they said all that stuff, and then they're like, and you can get food out of machines or something like that?
Right.
Is there food served, or?
Sure.
One of the
Mario.
stores in Farmingdale, we don't serve food, we have
I-
vending machines there.
That's the one I think I looked up. So what's the scenario here? Food, no food?
We are planning to serve convection food, pizza, pretzels, chicken fingers, things like that. You know, the typical food you'd see at a kid's birthday party.
What about beverages?
There will be beverages. They do intend to apply for a liquor license.
Right.
That could be dangerous.
No, they have to throw first, I think. Or use your discretion if you're a grown-up.
You're not looking for a Michelin star chef, are you?
No,
Oh,
Okay.
he's
unless you
got
know
one.
of one, Chairman.
Go ahead.
And that concludes my presentation.
Oh, it's a special exception. Come on.
You
Any
can't
other
bring your own
questions?
axe, right? Like, you know, you bring your own bowling ball. Can you bring your own axe?
We don't
You got
encourage anyone
one,
to bring their
Joanne?
own axe.
Well, no, I was just wondering if people could walk in with axes.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that might be a little
How about axe?
dicey.
Well, that's why I asked.
How about axe
They're
murderers?
bringing the bow and the gun.
It winds up being more of a, team-building kind of atmosphere than
Yeah, my
anything
friends
else.
loved it. My
Yeah.
friends went.
Correct.
She,
They're like,
she has a lot of friends who are axe murderers, so they loved it. They all practiced. That concludes your presentation, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll both be notified
Good
by mail
luck.
of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you very much. Great day.
So small.
Assuming we,
That was
yeah,
a very visionary thing.
say,
They made it an entertainment spectacular.
yeah,
Next, we're calling case 32625 East Meadow, Baroya 6
Kids
LLC,
United.
doing business as Kids United. A special exception to use part of premises for public
Thank you.
assembly and amusement, proposed indoor sports soccer field, also known as 1897 Front Street.
The bowl and the golf. Am I speaking to anyone?
yes, yes. you are. Christina, could you come up for a second? Not necessarily on this case.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. William Benesso for Celli Deacon Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York, here on behalf of the applicant, Baroya 6 LLC, DBA Kids United. Seated to my right is Mr. Daniel Baroya. He is the franchisee and will be the tenant at the space proposed for this use, which will be at 1897 Front Street in East Meadow. It's a tenant space, a little under 2,100 square feet that is in the Stu Leonard's Shopping Center on Front and East Meadow Avenue. I have just some printed out marketing material for the board to look at for Kids United. Sorry. Kids United, it's a place of amusement and assembly, which is why we need a special exception. It's not as intense or interesting as axe throwing, but I don't think you want 6 and 7-year-olds throwing axes anyway. So this is a soccer-based facility, which is really more about children starting as early as 18 months, going up to about 7 and 8 years old, getting some basic training, playing together. It teaches a lot of good things to children in their developmental times. If you take a look at the back page of the brochure, coordination, decision making, teamwork, motor skills, discipline, stress resistance, creative thinking, responsibility, and if there's ever a time, and you've heard me preach about this before, but if there's ever a time that we need to get kids off of screens and into playing with each other, it's now. So any kind of use that promotes that I'm a big fan of. There you go. Wow.
It was great. It's
And
a little thing, but they go,
Yeah.
they see their friends, they kick the ball, they learn about being part of a team, just like
Right.
you said.
Yeah, you see tremendous benefits from it. So this, as I said, it's about a 2,100 square foot space, basically a large room with turf in it that'll be used for soccer. It's not, other than at birthday parties where they may put up a couple of goals or one goal and have a game, the instruction is really just training. They're not one-on-one training. It's classes. They typically have about 5 to 6 classes a day with 8 to 12 students per class, and they do it based on age ranges. There's one trainer and one assistant in the classroom with the kids. plus one person out front at the reception desk.
And notable, you don't need a parking variance, it's just when we are more concerned about the classes and the size and the timing, because we have to deal with, is there enough cars? But in this case, we're not
Correct.
here for parking, so.
Correct. When we came in back in February for the major modification to the shopping center, which included both the north side and the south side, we received the parking variances we needed for this use included. It was already on the site plan as a proposed use, so we've already got the parking squared away. So this is just a special exception for the use. As indicated, there's typically about 3 employees there. The hours will run Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., but there'll be a lull in the middle of the day typically when, because the morning will be for younger children who aren't in school, and then in the afternoon you'll get the children after school. And then Saturdays and Sundays they intend to be open between 8:30 and 2, where they do the same types of classes, and then they might have a birthday or two each day, Saturday and Sunday, after the classes. And that would entail, again, 10 to 12 people. They would set up the soccer nets, let the kids play, probably bring in pizza and the like. They don't have a kitchen. They won't prepare food. They won't do any service like that. And there's no liquor license associated with this. So that's basically it. It's very straightforward, but it's a good use for the community. I did get a couple of calls from neighbors who were just interested in what Kids United was. When I told them what it was, they were all very supportive.
Okay, that concludes your presentation.
It does.
Do we have any other members of the board who would like to extend this hearing by asking questions about or going into what we don't need
That's aimed
as
at me.
opposed to what we do need?
Don't
If not,
sugarcoat it.
if
Don't
not,
sugarcoat
can
it.
I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed. The matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Vanessa, you and your client will be notified by mail of the decision once it's rendered.
Second, all in favor? Any opposed?
Next, we have case 32725, Inwood Centerpoint Inwood LLC. Install 8-foot-high fence with 1-foot-high barbed wire not permitted at top, totaling 9 feet high, also known as 65 Racing Road. Mr. Benesso, I have you sworn in from earlier, just your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon again. William Benesso, Forcelli, Deegan, Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York. Here on behalf of Centerpoint Inwood LLC. Centerpoint Inwood is the owner of a parcel of property down in Inwood, 65 Racon Road. It's in an industrial Y district, an entirely industrial area in Inwood, and it is the site of a warehouse that is being constructed. That warehouse was approved already by the town board. The site plan was approved. Additionally, just last month, I appeared before the town board for a special exception for automotive servicing in the building because the tenant that has taken the building is FedEx, and they have their vehicles that they asked permission to have a small maintenance facility in the building to take care of their vehicles and only their vehicles. It's not a public, it's deemed a public garage by the code, but it's not a public entity. It's strictly for the use and service of the FedEx vehicles.
Mr. Benesso,
Yes.
I don't recall anyway, in the time I've been on the board, being asked to approve the barbed wire. The height, yes, the barbed wire, not so much, that I recall anyway.
Yeah.
Do you-
FedEx
do you-
puts, I'm
Do you
sorry,
have
go
to
ahead.
get any, other than us dealing with the fence being 9 feet aggregate, do you have to get, is there approval required for barbed wire?
Yes.
Where?
There's a code restriction, right, Becky?
Who approves it? We do?
Is it the town?
Yeah.
And if the town, did the town deny the barbed wire?
Well, it was denied for the barbed wire. It was denied for the height and the barbed wire.
Both things?
Correct. So we're asking for approval of the height addition of 8 feet plus the 1 foot and the barbed wire. And the barbed wire really comes in as, it's a security issue. As you can imagine, FedEx has a lot of stored materials, some of which have significant value, and they, on all their leases, they request the tenant or the landlord to provide a barbed wire fence.
Reference to understand, you know, if we approve barbed wire and someone gets cut off.
Is it the rolls, that what we refer to as concertina wire?
It's not the razor wire, as I understand it. It's just the traditional barbed wire.
Is it in strips or like?
It's strips. No, it's strips like that. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told. It's not the razor wire that you see at like penitentiaries and
Yeah,
the jail.
That's what John's for.
Yeah.
Concertina wire was a big thing way back when. Pardon? Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's an entirely industrial area. There's no residential anywhere near it. You know, yeah, look, I can't say that kids will never, you know, try to mess
Scale
around
it.
in the area, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they would. So I don't think it would have a problem for, you know, a nuisance standpoint, but certainly from somebody who's trying to break into the FedEx to steal stuff, it's a problem. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah, yeah.
Good to know.
Booby traps, napalm.
It's in lieu of a moat.
He was saying booby traps and napalm.
They drop napalm down there periodically. Those are the old days. Okay. Does that conclude your presentation on
does.
this case?
It does.
Any other questions from the board?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Vanessa, be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Is that the old case?
Staff, let the record reflect the fact that I'm recused on the following case. Okay.
I didn't know if it was.
Next, we have case 32925, Baldwin, 757 Foxhurst Road, LLC. Special exception for proposed laundromat in existing building, 51 washers, 23 dryers, also known as 757 Foxhurst Road.
Joseph DeFigueroa, 632 DeCosta Avenue, Oceanside, New York.
Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Lokianese from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here today on behalf of our client, Joseph DeFigueroa, who is the president of 757 Foxhurst Road, LLC, which is the owner and occupant of 757 Foxhurst Road in Baldwin. We are here today as a result of an application filed with the building department for proposed interior alterations to a laundromat and to change of use for the laundromat as well. Change of use to laundromat from retail store. The lot itself is 35,236 square feet, with the building being 10,452 square feet. The space at 757 Foxhurst. Do you want me to say that again? Okay. The space at 757 Foxhurst where the laundromat. 35,236 is the lot. The building is 10,452. See, I knew you well. I knew you were going to ask again. And the tenant space itself is 3,200 square feet.
And other than the special exception to make these interior alterations and use it this way, which it's already been used as, you have no other variances? Or do you need the use also?
I just need the use.
Okay.
That's the only problem.
Special exception.
Yes. There is no change to the existing building structure. The HVAC work is to remain, and there are no additional zoning requests. This does meet the parking requirement. It's required to have 47 parking spots. It has 45. I happened to the property. There is a smoke shop and convenience shop that is right next door to the tenant space. Mr. DiFigueroa is the owner, but I did also speak to the tenants that were there. You know, they were excited. I think they believe that they will.
And you need no other zoning relief.
No.
Usually these things come before us for parking. That's always the big issue.
Yeah.
So if you have the parking and you need only a special exception, it's much easier lift. So is there anything else you wish to add?
Say that again?
Is there anything else you wish to add?
There is one thing, this is our only request, but according to the search, there is an open building permit from 1930 that was never closed out, so we will talk to the inspector when we close
Close it
everything
out.
up.
Okay.
That's it.
Are there any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I move that the hearing be closed and the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You will receive a copy of the board's decision once it is rendered.
Have a nice day, guys. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good day.
You too. Well, we hear that it's probably a good case because it's in industrial areas. I know. Residential value.
Well, if you're stupid enough to go over barbed wire, I hope you get hurt. I grew up on a farm. I can tell you right now, there were never any animals caught in a barbed wire fence, ever. Ever. Well, we had 15 cats. And we had electric fences too. No animals got killed by electric fences. Except when you hit the electric fence, you went down. In today's world, I approve barbed wire across everything. I'll tell you, you get hit by, I got hit by one. Well, you know what it is? Your back used to go up and you tried to crawl under it as a kid, and you go right down. You just have to go, and then you crawl out. Okay, you too.
Gotta get back to me. Isn't it so cold? Oh, you got the jacket. I have a tank on.
Did you close it?
Yeah, we closed.
Made a record that you closed? That
I
concludes.
closed the case.
That concludes.
I didn't close the
concludes-
hearing. I didn't close the hearing.
That concludes the afternoon session. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and do the remaining decisions, and
Thank
hopefully
you,
leave
Becky.
before 6 p.m.
As always, I'm super happy we did this. You don't know how helpful it is. our friends because they get mad when I don't call back. That's the
Cases 323 and 324, 2025, Natalie Stecker, variance rear yard, maintain a deck attached to dwelling. We deleted special exception to maintain an accessory structure, the shed higher than permitted. Property address is 1723 Bernard Street, Merrick, New York. Do I have any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion, file number 323 to 324 Merrick, Natalie Stecker, variance rear yard, maintain deck, attached to dwelling, special exception to maintain accessory structure higher than permitted, be granted as requested.
Second,
Second.
deck has to remain open.
The deck has to remain open.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any extension? Case 325 near Westbury, New York, axe murderers, Westbury
I love all these
LLC,
activity things coming.
DBA
It's good for the
NY,
world.
yeah, it is, it is. That's why, special exception for place of public assembly and amusement and portion of a existing building, proposed axe throwing facility, property address is 1500 to 1504 Old Country Road near Westbury, New York. Do I have any comments from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion for case 32525.
We need sequel.
Yeah,
Sorry, we
Okay.
yeah. Based on that, I move that we adopt a negative declaration as to the secret determination based on the testimony given, exhibits in the file, and other materials we have reviewed and analyzed. I move the resolution.
Okay, so yes, I approve.
Second.
Second?
All in favor? All right, then now, as to the,
Yes. On the motion, may I have, I guess, as requested, the,
I will second that motion.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next case, 326. 326 of 2025 East Meadow, Baroya 6 LLC DBA Kids United. Special exception to use part of the premises for public assembly and amusement, proposed indoor sports soccer field. Property addressed 1897 Front Street, East Meadow, New York. We need a sequel determination.
I move on case 326 of 25 East Meadow, Baroya 6 LLC, going as Kids United, that we adopt a negative declaration as to the secret determination based on the testimony given, exhibits in the file, and other materials we have reviewed and analyzed.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now as to the motion.
Then I make a motion on 32625 East Meadow, Kids United, located 1897 Front Street, to be approved as requested.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next case, 327 of 25, in Inwood. Center Point Inwood LLC install 8-foot-high fence with a 1-foot-high barbed wire atop, totaling 9 feet in height. Property address 65 Racing Road in Inwood. We need a secret determination on this one as well.
Yes. Yeah,
Somebody want to make a motion for secret?
yes, I'm gonna call, but I actually waited a couple days because she was.
Okay, with respect to file 327 of 2025, location of property is 65 Racing Road in Inwood. I move that we adopt a negative declaration as to the secret determination based on the testimony given, exhibits in the file, and other materials we have received and analyzed. I move case 327 of 2025. Again, location is 65 Racine Road in Inwood. I move that it be granted temporarily. How many, 5 years?
At 2 p.m. And finally,
I'll
case
make the last motion
329
'cause you
of
skipped me.
2025. Baldwin, 757 Foxhurst
Okay.
Road LLC.
Yeah,
Special
because-
exception for proposed laundromat in existing building. We need a secret determination on this one as well.
Okay, I would move as it relates to case 329 of 2025, as you've described it, affecting the property at 575 Foxhurst Road in Baldwin, that the board, based on the information provided in the testimony, the exhibits, and the other information in the file, that the board adopt a negative declaration as the secret determination.
Second, all in favor? Any
I
opposed?
further move, Mr. Chairman, that we also grant the requested relief as requested.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's it. That concludes the cases.
extension of a time. It is timely. Solomon Weinberg. Needs more time to secure a permit.
What's this permit for?
It's,
When's the case on? Of 24. Maintain deck. Variance, all right. Give him an extension, 6 months? 3 months? 9 months? Another one? That's it? No administrative, no nothing? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That concludes all of it.
I can't believe it. I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did, Chairman, but something you did.
I'm going out to celebrate. You missed it, but justice was done in one of the courts today for one of my clients who inherited 3.
I agree. Tax free.